Hi folks, hello and welcome back to another video in the Mortal Realms series, okay? So, this week we're up to issue number 15, okay? So, as the eagle-eyed amongst you may have spotted, our cover star this week is the second part of our Sigmarite Mausoleum ruins. So, as a few of you may recall, a couple of issues ago, we got the first set, which were like the buildings. This issue, we now have the extra bits, little bits to go on top and the bases and stuff like that. So what I'll do is I'll stop waffling and I'll show you the sprues, which is like what you really want to see, isn't it? Okay, so we have two sprues, okay? So we have the first one here showing what looks like just the bases, and what we do is we put the base down and we put the building on top, which I will show later on after I have clipped these, assembled them and shown you them. Basically I'll show you them first as they are, and then secondly with the buildings on, just to give folks an idea of what the complete set looks like, okay? So there's one sprue, and there's the other sprue. You can see here we have what looks like an ornamental type of statue, which will look really, really good to go on top of the plinth, and a couple more walls, okay? So guys, without further ado, I'm going to go up top, let's open the magazine, see the contents of this week, and then I will do the models and finish off with a showcase. Hi folks, so here we are, and we're having a look at the front cover of our magazine. So our usual price, $7.99, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Mortal Realms, picture of our model this week, and our points. Sigmarite Mausoleum Part 2, learn about the Flesh Eater Courts, and new rules to play through. Okay, issue 15, let's open it without further ado. Okay, so this week's content. Storm hosts. Continue to read about the many storm hosts that make up all the armies of the Eternals, as well as the storm keeps that they call home. The Realm Gate Wars. Okay, so that's more history. Flesh Eater Courts. Flesh Eater Courts are deranged cannibals who stalk the darkest corners of the mortal realms, seeking their next meal. The Court of the Cannibal King is a battle report. The Anvils of the Helden Hammer must confront an army of frenzied flesh eaters and slay their vampire leader. Sigmarite Mausoleum, which is our build guide, and Charge of the Harrow, which is our playthrough for this issue. Of interest, it says all missile weapons in Age of Sigmar have a maximum range. In this playthrough, we show you how to calculate and apply range in your games. So, as I always say guys, our games get more complicated, which is never a bad thing. Okay. So, Storm Hosts, Children of the Storm, and again, it's just showing us more of these armour configurations and colours. So there are the Lightning Hawks, Celestial Warbringers, I like that one, Anvils of the Helden Hammer, that's a nice one too, the Crimson Seraphs, I like that, and Anvils of the Helden Hammer again, but obviously an alternative. I do like all of those paint jobs, I really do, I have to admit. Okay. And then we go on to, what's this now? It tells us about the Anvils of the Helden Hammer. It says they all hail from Shaiish and have fought many campaigns against the dead. Okay. And again, our now normal, beautiful Age of Sigmar artwork. Then going across to the history section. The Realm Gate Wars. Sigmar's plans to scour the forces of chaos from the mortal realms relied upon controlling realm gates, the portals between realms. His first act of war was to send his Stormcast Eternals to seize them. Okay, so again, as you know by now guys, you just rip all these out, they all go into a big binder. So come the end of the series, the end of the subscription, we have just a collection of bump, which is really good, okay? And then it just goes into some other things. The Battle of the Brimstone Peninsula. The all points tells us what realm gates are, so I think that's my little section where I come away after filming and read up on. Oh, look at these! Wow, man, that's really that's cool, isn't it? This is the Flesh Eater Courts, and it's our little part about them and letting us know all about them. There's my second part. I'm going to actually have a look at once I finish filming. There we go. I'm just not going to bother with words, guys. I'm just going to show you some of the art. Look at that. I mean, you know, yeah. I'm not even sure what that's about because I haven't come across these guys, but already I'm excited. Okay, and then our battle this week The Court of the Cannibal King. I need to stop saying that monthly. I don't know. I get another magazine subscription monthly and I get confused every so often. Call it old age, guys. Okay, so the Court of the Cannibal King. The anvils of the Helden Hammer strike at the heart of a flesh-eater court, hoping to destroy the creatures once and for all. Okay, so I'll be honest, guys, this looks like a really good issue. It really does. Probably the best one in a long time for me. Tells us a little bit about the anvils. Tells us some about retributors. And then we get on to our how to paint the Sigmarite Mausoleum. So there's all the parts that we have in this on these sprues. For me to go and chop. Doesn't look like a very big build, to be honest, guys. And they're talking about Abaddon Black, Mechanicus Standard Grey, Cantor Blue and Corax White, which is basically the same colour scheme for those who've seen the other magazine a couple of weeks ago with the other bits. So yeah, they're just basically telling us undercoat in Abaddon Black, dry brush in Cantor Blue for a little bit of depth, dry brush with the Corax White, which is going to bring up all our bricks and our paintwork there, like you can see. Okay, and that's what it should look like when it's all together, which is what you guys will see on the table shortly. Okay, so what's this now? The Charge of the Harrow. This is our playthrough. Look at that, guys. The Nighthorns continue to arrive on the field of battle in droves. More chain rasps emerge from the hills and barrows, led by ghastly Dreadblade Harrows, mounted upon ghostly steeds. Thankfully, the Celestar Ballista has been wheeled into place and is ready to fire. Okay, so shows us how to set up there for our battle, what we need. Our forces and stuff, all our new scenery. We get our now familiar sheets, okay, which we all know what they are now. And then, right, this is where we get to introduce the new rule, which is the reference sheet, and it tells us how to check range. So it just shows us basically how to measure, make sure we're within range of the weapon, etc. Tells us a little bit about the model's eye view, which basically means, for those who aren't sure, you get down behind your model and you look from behind it. So basically what that model can see is like what you see on the battlefield. So can you see the target? Can you see the enemy? If so, and you can, and there's nothing in the way, then you'd measure for range. If all that is satisfied with our how to make an attack here, then you would roll your dice and work out if you hit, if you wounded, etc. You all know the score by now, guys. Nighthorn turn 1, Stormcast turn 1, Nighthorn turn 2, Stormcast turn 2, and yeah, the battle continues, starting with the Nighthorn player. Continue alternating turns until only one player has models remaining. That player wins, okay? And then our now familiar back page, or second to back page, is our guidance, our Warhammer community link, and exploration, basically just telling us where to go to find out more about this fantastic hobby. And our favourite part, or certainly one of my favourite parts, what's coming next issue. It's going to be issue 16, and we're getting reinforcements for the Stormcast Eternals. So we're getting Sequitors and Castigators, and there is the front cover for you. Alright guys, I'm going to pop off. I'm going to go and clip these, add a little bit of glue, and then I'm going to come back and we'll finish with the showcase. So folks, haven't gone away and clipped the sprues, added a little bit of glue. This is what the kit contained. So we have one base here, which you can see is very, very scenic. Really, really nice. You see the skulls in there and the lovely details on the stones and stuff. And a little coffin there. Okay, so this is base number 1 for one of the buildings, which will go on shortly. And then we have a second base, which, like you can see, is pretty similar. With the same kind of things, like little cracked gravestones here, little symbology, a couple of skulls. These will come up like really, really nice when they're done. They really will. I might actually do a painting tutorial on this. And the third one, which has an open coffin there with the remains of a warrior in. And again, little bits scattered round and about. Nice little detail as well on the ground, which will really come up with a little bit of flock or indeed dry brushing there. Okay, more stonework. And then we have just some walls which just go around the actual complex itself. So there we go. And again, you see all the skulls in there. Really, really nice. A longer piece of wall with a little gateway in, and again the spikes across the top. More skulls. You're seeing a pattern here, guys, aren't you? But the details on like the gates are really nice. You can see like little handles on them and stuff, and little spikes and things like that. This is a really, really nice kit. I'm surprised I haven't actually picked this up beforehand, to be honest with you. A set of railings with a gate, and obviously the other gate would have been like here, and there's a missing. Apt as they're like runes. A smaller piece of fence with, again, the skulls now impaled upon the bars. And finally, a little corner piece, which is there just to add a little bit of, a little bit of a difference, break the square symmetrical layout of the models up. Okay, guys, so I'm going to stop this. I'm going to go away quickly. I'm just going to set up a game mat, set up all of both sets of the kit together for you, and we'll have a look what they look like. Okay. Before I do that, guys, please accept my apologies. I'd actually forgotten about the other two pieces of the kit that were left in the kitchen drying. Okay, so we have a base with a nice ornamental monument there. Okay, this would be like a real centrepiece of the actual chapel or city area itself. Okay, and this is basically just really simple to put together. It was the main statue with half the plinth, back end of the plinth there, and glue onto the base. Okay, a really, really quick job, really nice effective figure, which will look absolutely lovely inked. And the other part I missed, I wonder how in the heck can you manage to miss pieces like this? This part's like actually like the size of my hand. So it's a big main wall with a gateway. Confession time, guys. The issue that actually had the other kit in, there were actually a set of gates for here. I didn't like them. I thought they were too flimsy and whatever, so I am going to leave them off because as you're playing anyway, models walk through and stuff, and yeah, just for me, not for me aesthetically, but you can always put yours on. Right, guys, without further ado, and all mess ups aside, let's go away. Let me show you all this display together, and then we'll go over and finish up. So that's what the complete setup of the Sigmarite Mausoleum looks like. I thought I'd go in with the gimbal for you. Apologies for any shaky-handed footage, but I just figured it'd come across a lot better on camera if I could get down closer and show you guys. So folks, I hope you really enjoyed that. This was issue 15, and it was a really, really, really good issue. I'm looking forward to reading it cover to cover. And there's some scenery for you, so hopefully now you get a real feel of what this game's about, the worlds in which we play in, the forces of which we battle with, and all that's left to say, guys, is if you're enjoying the series and you keep coming back for more, thank you very much. Even if the viewing figures aren't great or whatever, I know there's you guys, the hardcore AOS Mortal Realms fans out there now, be it for the game, be it for the magazine, or be it for the fact you just like the look of the videos. Thank you very much for returning. Please share this on your social media for me, put the word around. Let's try and get some more fans of this fantastic magazine. Okay, anyone who's fell across me here via the YouTube algorithm, search engines, Bing, Google, anything like that, hopefully word of mouth. If you like what you see, please check out the rest of the series. This is issue 15, and I think there's an introductory video as well, so have a look around the channel, guys. I do all sorts. I do gaming, I do Funko Pops, I do mystery unboxings. Okay, hit that like, subscribe, share and leave a comment. Until next time, guys,